What's going on, guys? Joe again, back again with another video. So today we're going to be discussing, you're buying your first handgun. Let's try to narrow down what this gun is going to be used for, and that way you can have a better idea when you go to the gun store what you're trying to buy, what you want to see, and go from there. Okay, so I think there's really four categories that you need to worry about. What is this gun primary use going to be, right? So there's three categories in my opinion. One, the last one, well, I guess four, but the fourth one is kind of goes all together. So the first category is this gun going to be concealed carry, or is this going to be strictly for the range? Is this going to be for competition style shooting, which is going to be like more accuracy and movement? And or is this going to be for home defense or self-defense? So if you're thinking concealed carry, then you're going to want to get something the most a 4-inch barrel, so like a Glock 19, all the way down to a 3-inch barrel. So think Ruger Max 9, Hellcat Pro, a SIG 365, P365, M&P Shield, anything along those lines will be considered a compact gun or a macro, which would be perfect for concealed carry. The only caveat is they have very snappy recoil, so you will have to go to the range to train so you can get a better feel and adjust for that recoil. So the next one is strictly for the range, right? This could be, again, this, for me at least, from what the advice I got, so I kind of hold true to that because it worked out. If you're gonna be going to the range, strictly for my primary gun, the one I wanted is primarily I just wanted to go to the range and have a good time. The guy told me I was between a Ruger Max 9 because of the price point, and then when I told him why I wanted the gun, he's like, "Oh, I think you probably have more fun with something a little bit bigger," which he pointed at the Glock 19. That's what I ended up going with, and I'm very happy with that purchase. So if you're strictly going to the range, because you will get more work on your wrist or whatever, I would say a 4-inch barrel and up, just because there's a little bit less recoil and it does shoot a little bit more accurate than a 3-inch barrel. So that'd be your like Glock 19s, your, I think a 320 is a 4-inch barrel and a 4.5-inch barrel. M&P 2.0. What else is I think a Beretta FS, I think it's called, is a 4-inch barrel. So something like that, right? So that's what you would kind of think about. And then there's competition style shooting in terms of like longer ranges and stuff like that. That would be like a 4.5 to a 5-inch barrel, because obviously the longer the barrel, the more accurate it can be, and the more distance the gun can travel, the bullet can travel. So that would be your Glock 17, your Glock 23, I believe, is a 5-inch barrel. That would be your Legion. It's called 5X, the Sig Sauer Legion 5X or X5, something like that. That one just got added to the roster. That would be your 320s. I don't know. I don't think a 320 is or 220. Sorry, is a longer barrel. So things like that. And then you got strictly for home defense, like just get, I think, a 4-inch barrel and up. And then, or if you want something with a little bit more stopping power, get something in at least 45 ACP. Well, that's pretty good stopping power right there. All the points. But, a gun will have stopping power as long as you're accurate. So, if you train and you get, your shots accurate on target in a high stress situation, regardless if you have a 9, a 22, a 45, whatever, it's going to put down your target. So make sure you train. But yeah, so pretty much any of these guns should fit those criterias. So you just need to decide, okay, what do I primarily want this gun for? If you're not going to get concealed carry and you want to just go and you're trying to do home defense, I don't think a macro is the way to go. If you're trying to do concealed carry plus do home defense, I think you should go with a 4-inch barrel. It's a little bit more accurate, and you can still more or less conceal that. If you're only trying to do concealed carry, this is like you're gonna have maybe 1 or 2 guns. I would say get one that's like a macro, like a shield, a 365, and things like that. Then yeah, get yourself something smaller. If you're trying to have fun at the range, pretty much whatever gun you want, but a 4-inch will be best. To try to do those 25 yards. I'm not saying you can't do that with the smaller ones. It's just you're really gonna have to train. If you're trying to do competition style shooting, like long range and stuff like that, 4.5 and up. Strictly home defense. You're not gonna go to the range that often. You're not gonna just get something in a 4-inch barrel, and then if you really want all that stopping power and hope for the best, get something in a 45 APC or ACP. I'm dyslexic, so not dyslexic, but I do confuse letters. I mix them up a lot, so forgive me if I mixed up the letters. It's ACP or APC, I forget. Either way, yeah. So I think as long as you can figure out, once you answer where you're trying to go with that, with the gun, I would say narrow it down by barrel size, and then once you figure out range, whatever, competition, home defense, blah blah blah, narrow it down by barrel size. That way you get, it fits those criterias. And then I think with the exception of home defense, these should all really just be 9mm. Figure out which gun you like if you can, and there's a range by you. I would say go to the range, call them up, say, hey, do you have XYZ gun? I really want to test fire them before I make a purchase. They'll charge you whatever they're going to charge you, and then do that. If not, you're just going to be like me and just buy it and hope for the best. Just because I don't want to spend more money than I have to, go that way. So for me, like I said, my initial thing was I want to go to the range. Luckily, I talked to that one guy and he helped me out, got me on the Glock 19. Best purchases I've made. It was a good purchase. I like the gun. I like how it feels when I shoot it. My next gun probably will be the Ruger. I don't know, I'm between the Ruger, the Hellcat, or the 365. I don't know which one I want. But I'll only buy that if I ever consider getting concealed carry. Yeah, so that way I can rotate between concealed carrying my 19 or my macro size gun. So yeah, so hopefully this video helps answer those questions. I think honestly that's the way I did it. After I talked to that guy that got that idea in my head, initially it was just price point. Just wanted the cheapest gun I can buy for the range, and that's why I was going to get the Ruger. And it had good reviews. I watched a ton of videos on it and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, use that way to narrow down what you're trying to find, and then you can narrow it down further. That way when you do go to the gun store, you kind of have an idea of what you're looking for. And then you can just make that interaction as quick and easy as possible. Like, hey, I want to look at this gun, and this gun. Feel them out, see what you like about them. If you can, try to test fire them at a range somewhere. If you can't, just whatever feels best in your hand and whatever you feel is going to be the best purchase. Because remember, you can't really return these things. I mean, you could, but you're not going to get all your money back. You're going to have to pay stocking fees and all that stuff. So, especially after you fire it, you really can't return it easily. Because, yeah. All right. Well, hope you guys like this video. Hope it helps out on your gun journey. If it does, don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next one. Peace.